Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it is Sunday. So happy Sunday, my friends. And Sunday always has meant speed duels. So we have for you a competitive Amazoness build, aka Tier 2. But we don't use those words anymore. I'm kidding, but kind of not. And this deck was made with the help of Celestial Duelist. And believe it or not, since this is green sleeves today, this is going to be out of her collection. So some of the numbers might change between my build and her build. But we both agree that this is still a very fun, very cool build. So to start off with the skill card, we are going to use the skill Order of the Queen. So you start with this flipped over at the beginning of the duel. And then, while you control any Amazoness Queen monster card or cards, negate the effects of any effect monster destroyed by battle with attacking Amazoness monsters that we control. So, as long as they are the aggressive one, anything they kill should not have an effect. So, we go after things like Mother Grizzly, Giant Rat, and we go ahead and we poke them. They should not repopulate the field. Additionally, cards that were debuted with like Merrick and Newdoria, stuff like that, should also fall short of being able to rip us apart with their effects. So it's very fun, and obviously means we need to play the Queen. So, in a slightly more aggressive than usual deck, we are going to be featuring 3 copies of the Amazoness Queen. Now, the Amazoness Queen is as follows. It is a 6-star, so you do need to tribute. 24 by 18, so it's almost a Monarch. Amazoness monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle, and this is super important, especially when we get to the last monster, because you guys already know who it is, because you guys are smart. But there's other reasons, like Sage. And what does Sage do at the end of the damage step if it attacked and is still in the field? Target a spell trap the opponent controls and destroy said target. So again, she doesn't have to beat the opponent. She just has to survive the round. So again, attacking a defense monster, and again, she maybe gets lucky, runs over something like Newdoria. Order of the Queen, as long as Queen is around, that effect is not going to go off. Plus, we get to eradicate cards from the back row. Now, a card I would like to personally have seen at 2, but we think works just as well at 1, Amazoness Spy. And this is a Celestial attack right here. You can reveal one other Amazoness card in your hand to special summon this from the hand. You may use this effect once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target one Amazoness monster in the graveyard with a different name, return it to the hand, or shuffle that card back into the deck. So realistically, she's saying, reveal Queen, summon Spy, tribute Spy, summon Queen. Just real quick, get it out there, move straight into the skill card, and start getting at the opponent's cards. And next, we're going to be running 3 of You Called It, the Amazoness Swordswoman. And again, the way that this one works, whenever you would take battle damage, the opponent takes it for you instead. So again, very good, especially once we pair it up with the fact that with the Queen, it can no longer be killed by battle. We can just go ahead, we can rip into some of the opponent's biggest monsters without really trying to offboard them, just to deal significant amounts of damage. Moving into the spells. This time, because again, this isn't my build, this is her build, we are going to be using 2 copies of the Amazoness Heirloom. So this is actually really good. I probably should have played it last time. This has some incredible abilities for you guys. Equip only to an Amazoness. Fair. The first time it would be destroyed per turn. It is not. And after damage calculation, if the equipped monster attacked a monster card, destroy the attacked monster. Now, a couple things that I was pointed out about this. First, this is great for the Swordswoman because she keeps slapping. It's great for the Sage because she survives and gets to pop the back row. It's better because even if they didn't win against the monster, they win against the monster. The second thing, cards like Obelisk. I'm looking at you, you shiny blue monster, you. You say you can't be targeted, but I don't think this reads as a targeting effect. So Amazoness Heirloom allows you to offboard cards like Obelisk, the Tormentor. Well, again, I mean, looking at the amount of damage spread there, be 2,500 points. That is insane. And when you think about the next card, you almost don't want to play the Heirloom all the time. So 2 makes sense. Next card being the Amazoness Village. So again, good reprint. Came out as an ultra rare originally. We got some nice commons this time around. Um, Effect. All Amazonas gain 200. Okay, that doesn't really help us too much with the Swordswoman. But with like the Sage and with the Queen, this does allow them to get over a lot of rivals real quick. And adds some longevity to the cards. Once per turn, when an Amazonas will be destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you may choose to special summon one Amazonas with a level less than or equal to the Amazonas in the graveyard. So again, why the reason it says it that way is, let me say that I used cost down to summon the Queen as a 4-star. On the field, she would be considered to be a 4-star during the entire turn, and if she would be destroyed, that would say 4 stars or less. However, due to the way that this is worded, it would allow us to special summon a 6-star or less Amazonas card. So again, certain cards with level modulation effects, this is there to sort of combat that, whether or not it would work against you. And again, the reason I said against Obelisk, you just basically summon Swordswoman, run it, take your opponent takes the 25 for you, invoke the effect, go into a second one, do it again. It's 5k, you're done. You're done playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For that round. And you guys could just move on to game 2 or 3. Or maybe that was the match-winning move. Don't know. Moving into some cards that are limited, we decided to go with a double Book of Moon, since there's still a lot of things the Book of Moon can shut down. And there could be an argument to be made that these could also be floodgate trap holes. And this is where we say, like, this deck is a guideline. We absolutely want you guys to enjoy this. But just as there's like 6 sides to this little Amazonas die here, there are many ways to play this deck. So definitely go in, make the changes that make you happier. But with Jinzo still always sort of being a threat, I like to stick away from trap cards as much as possible. My third limited card for that is going to be a Cosmic Cyclone, because again, back row, I don't want my opponent to hit me with a floodgate trap hole, because then I won't be able to move my monsters. Now, one thing we thought about this long, we thought about this hard. We thought about adding Shrink to this deck. And I'll tell you what, I love a good timed Shrink. But, as Celestial pointed out, she said, why would we shrink the Swordswoman and lose her? And I said, you know what? We don't have to lose her. Why don't we use a card from a previous Spotlight, and let's use Half Shut. So Half Shut, still a quick play. Still all the timing that Shrink had for you, right? But target a face-up monster on the field, and that's like the gimmick right there. We can choose our own monster. Target a monster card on the field. It cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, which is fine. That means our Swordswoman stays, right? But its attack is halved until the end phase of the turn. So when our opponent goes to ram it, and maybe they use Breaker, they break, break or break. I want to get rid of your village. But you didn't have the Book of Moon, so you had to let it go. And they attack, and you go into the Half Shut. So they go from where they might have taken like 100. Now you're down to 750 versus 16. It's like 850 instead. But again, they won't be able to take out the Swordswoman this way. So again, Half Shut. It's just a cheeky little way to get the extra damage without needing the Amazonas Village to multiply out your Swordswomen. So it's sort of like a retention play. And again, you guys can play whatever you want here. You guys can play Shrinks if you want. You guys could absolutely run Lost Winds, or another card I use a lot. It'd be fine. We also use a single copy of Nightbeam, because again, I'm always about the double back row. Don't know why. Just my favorite thing to do. And we are using a one-of in the form of Reinforcement of the Army. And again, I know I would normally have wanted to play more than one copy of Spy. Spy, right? Yeah, Spy. I would normally want more than one, because again, we could do that. And like, to me, Heirloom would have been maybe like a one-of, or maybe I would have taken out one of these books, or maybe I would have taken out the Cosmic Cyclone, something. But by playing this, it is essentially like saying, cool, we can pick between the Sage, the Spy, and the Swordswoman whenever we want. And without raising the number of our deck, we add a little bit of extra consistency to that play. So again, even though that her collection only has the one Spy, and we had to work around it, this still kind of works out to where you almost feel like one could have been a natural number without going, oh, I only own one. So that has to be the number I play. And last up, terraforming isn't a thing yet, so we've got to use the metaverse. Again, I can only see this being like one more ban list before this goes, and goes to maybe like a 2 of. Metaverse, take a field spell from the deck, and then you choose to either activate it or add that card to your hand. So again, very good, helps us get the village. And again, maybe the opponent's trying to get rid of the swordswoman real quick. They don't know that we have this down. They go to attack. We can go ahead. We can flip into the village, and then maybe they do something else that we could go ahead, get 2 buffs of damage. Maybe there's a half shot in there somewhere. There are a bunch of combinations that are going to make this fun. Plus, we are going to play this anyway. I do have my Tech Spark man that's going to go up against this. So look for that here later this week, maybe as soon as tomorrow. And real quick, guys, that is the main deck. Go ahead, make some notes and or screenshot. I'll be right back with the side and extras. All right, so side deck and extra deck. Obviously, this is going to be a lot of tech stuff, so I'm just going to fly through this part quickly. You guys already saw a majority of the deck. It took a little bit too long, so let's go ahead and get this for you. She's going to be using a copy of Cyberblader, Cyber End, Destiny and Dragoon, Master of Oz, Ujamaa King, and because she was a little upset that she doesn't have a Rio Sentry or a TI's Restrict or a Blue Eyes Ultimate, she's going with a Skull Knight because he looks cool. And that is exactly what she said. And I got to agree, he definitely looks cool. So I'm about it. But again, you guys could always use one of my base techs where I use Blue Eyes Ultimate. I use Cyblader, Cyend. I started using the Dragoon because of her. The Ujamaa King, the Restrict. And of course, if you do have it, you could always substitute the Reascension for the Destiny and Dragoon or whatever you choose. Because again, these are just templates. Side deck, real quick. Double Lost Wind. Double Waking the Dragon so that we can use the extra deck. And double Windstorm of Ataqua, since it's a very cheap way to go ahead and combat into the Cloudians, as well as the fact that, again, if you find that you're playing against Jinzo, it's good that the Books of Moon are already in the main build, because you can just go ahead and shut him off. And then if you don't want to use traps, you don't really have to use traps during Game 2 and 3. So, real quick, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have, consider supporting the channel. How do you do that? Well, the easiest ways are to like, comment, and subscribe if we've earned it. And again, as always, I'll leave the Buy Me a Coffee down in the description, but it is optional. If you can't afford it, do not break your budget to help mine, okay? Just do me one favor if you don't do anything. Go out and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Make some time for yourself. It's important. I know I sound like a broken record about it, but it is just so important. I want you guys to be just as happy as you guys can. I want you guys to smile more when you're done watching my videos than when you came in, okay? So for now, I'll see you guys later. I hope to see you guys again next time. Peace.